We're not the bad guys. We are.
What's up guys, Jared here with another action heist of a movie review. So it's January, and January is known as the toilet bowl of movie releases. Besides the Oscar-worthy movies that had limited releases in December, it's sort of one of the worst months for movies. Movies that studios didn't really know what to do with, movies that they think are going to be a financial flop, and some movies that are just like the Gerard Butler-led film, Den of Thieves. So does Den of Thieves belong in the old toilet bowl? Let's find out. So Den of Thieves is an action heist thriller, sort of in the same area as Point Break and Heat. It essentially follows a gang of thugs played by 50 Cent, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Evan James, and is led by a man by the name of Mirror Man, played by Pablo Schreiber. They're high-end crooks, they're cop killers, they're going after the big bucks. Mirror Man then hatches the idea to steal from one of the biggest banks there is, the Los Angeles Federal Reserve, the bank for banks. However, Big Nick, played by Gerard Butler, is an LAPD cop for major crimes, and he's after these guys. Even though his life is falling apart, he's essentially this dirty or unconventional cop, and he knows that these guys are behind years and years of heists, but he doesn't have enough evidence to put them away. As the Federal Reserve job is going down, Big Nick has a bad feeling about it, and he's nipping at the heels of Mirror Man's group. So straight up, if you're going to see Den of Thieves for this character-driven, fleshed-out story, plot points, twists and turns, then yeah, this isn't that movie. Den of Thieves is a big old dumb action movie that just lets you turn off your brain and enjoy the action and crazy fun on the screen. I'm not saying it's terrible, it's kind of this generic action movie, it's kind of cookie cutter, you can see the general outline of kind of what's gonna go down. I will give it to this movie that the action, the gunfights, the heist elements, all of this was pretty badass. From the opening 5 minutes of this movie, you are engaged and you want to see more of these heist hijinks. Like I mentioned, it sort of takes elements from other heist movies like Heat, Point Break, Inside Man, but modernizes those and a whole lot more gunshots. Now, I have no clue why, but Gerard Butler is like the best, most likable character he's been in years. I don't know if it was perfect casting or the fact that he just didn't give a fuck that came off his great acting, but he is by far the standout in this movie as this dirty, unconventional cop that goes by Big Nick. With this no-care attitude, he is funny, brutal, and intense. When he is talking one-on-one with one of the other police officers or one of the thugs, he is just sarcastic and obnoxious, and it just works. They tried to do some emotional stuff with him, but that just didn't really work. But when he was suited up, being a dick, he was at his best. Now, as I just mentioned, this movie does try to get into this emotional area with Butler's character. He really isn't a great guy. He constantly gets drunk. He's hanging out with strippers. And shocker, he's married and has 2 kids. No, how did this woman stay with him for not 1, but 2 kids? Anyway, the movie tried to hit on this emotional beat where he loses his family, he gets a divorce, he's just this lonely, shitty guy. I get what they were going for, but this is big dumb action. We don't need a Nicholas Sparks subplot thrown in there. That being said, this just kind of felt like 2 movies pieced together. You have the action heist elements that are really cool, but then this emotional stuff with Butler's character. It wasn't needed and therefore made the movie way too long. You think that a movie like this kind of hovers around the hour 40, hour 50 minute mark, right? This thing was fucking 2 hours and 20 minutes. I've known people that were married for less than that. I checked my watch multiple times through this movie, which is not a good thing. Lastly, just a few small things like plot points really going nowhere. Like Mirror Man using his girlfriend to get Big Nick's phone number. Yeah, I don't know either. Poorly worded dialogue, I'm looking at you, 50 Cent. And the gang of thugs just being underdeveloped. Give me a reason to care about these guys. Overall, Den of Thieves is just a generic action heist thriller. There's nothing special here. With some great action and shootouts along with Gerard Butler's Big Nick character, but with a weird emotional angle, the movie being way too long, rough plot points, and poorly worded dialogue. Honestly, I'd skip out on Den of Thieves. If I was you, I wouldn't give this movie 50 cents. What did you think of Den of Thieves? Was it the Gerard Butler action heist thriller you were hoping for? Or was this just generic action movie number 57 and a half? I want to hear about it in the comments below. As always, you can find me on the social medias at Jared Buckendahl on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Until next time, I'll see you later.